Right, you've got your new easy bake oven. Now you want to learn, what are the pellets all about? What are they made of? Where do they come from? Let's look at two prominent brands being Weber and Heat Beads, and let's crack on. Now, if you're familiar with hardwood like this might be for you, especially if you're just switching to pellet grill. Right, so let's narrow it down to two of the bigger players. We've got Heat Beads on my right, your left, and then we've got the Weber on my left, your right. Right, we'll start with the Heat Beads Hardwood Select Blend. All Aussie. It's a blend of southern New South Wales hardwood and northern Victoria hardwood. So all Aussie hardwoods. In particular, if you're from Australia, this is maybe something you want to look at because you've got the all Aussie blends of hardwood in this bad boy. Now, I don't have the bag in front of me, but if you're looking at the apple and the mesquite, for example, from Heat Beads, they're both 100% apple and mesquite respectively. The one thing is those come from China, if that means anything to you. If not, don't worry about it. Now, moving on to the Weber brand, in particular the Grill Master, I've used that a fair bit in the last couple of months. That actually has a blend of maple, hickory, and cherry, all just over 33% each, so a nice even divide across the board. Now, the purple bag, Weber Mesquite, that actually uses 40% mesquite and 60% oak. Now, my assumption is because the mesquite is such a strong, heavy wood, they've got the oak in there just to balance it out. You don't want to oversmoke your barbecue, and that's potentially why Weber chose 60% oak to go into that blend. Now, one of the big questions, can you actually taste the difference between the different pellets and woods? Absolutely. The biggest difference I've noticed is between the cherry and the mesquite. Cherry being a lot more mellow, a lot more forgiving, suitable for like your white meats, like your chicken breasts, you got your turkeys. You're doing stuff that you don't want a big, heavy hit of flavor. But in saying that, there are some that you'll be very hard to discern the taste after a 12-hour cook with a brisket. Now, if you're not sure, you're probably wondering, how the hell are these made? Do they use glue to put them together? No, they definitely don't. They're typically made with like an off-cart. They're used with sawdust, etc. Then they're passed through a dye at super high pressure that then compresses it. It releases a natural lignin, and then that actually binds the thing together. Then it's cooled, dried into the bag just like you see it, with obviously a lot of that dust removal because you don't want heaps of dust jumping into your smoker. So that's how they're made. Now, your full bottle on how pellets are made, what do they contain, etc. I'm just going to leave you on one last tip. Let's go clean your smoker. That is one key difference between your traditional offset smoker, your pellet, your upright charcoal bullet smoker, etc. You can argue you can just take the ash and stuff, just loosely scoop that out of an offset and just let it ride for quite a big time before you have to clean it. Pellet smokers, on the other hand, can leave some ash behind, and then if that starts to build up, that can collect where the hopper pushes the pellets through the auger and then burns it into your little fire pot, and then that can obviously cause fires and flare-ups, etc. So you want to clean that out. I'm going to quickly show you how I do mine. Dump your pellets into a sealable bag if you're not going to use them for a while. Prostate gloves on. Now disassemble until you can see your fire pot. Now, a dustpan and brush will do the job, but an ash vacuum like this is absolutely worth its weight in gold. Here's here, get all those pellets out of the fire pot. Now, if you have a lot of build up in the drip tray / heat deflector, make sure you scrub and get rid of that as well to prevent flare-ups. Now, lastly, if you have a grease tray at the bottom, piss that off, replace it, or just scrub it out with some hot water. So if you've watched all this way, bloody appreciate it. Cheers, legend. Hope you learned a little bit about pellets and how important cleaning out your pellet smoker actually is, especially in comparison to the traditional offset, upright, Weber, kettle, all that sort of good stuff, and you've just moved over. Now, as you can see, I have a pellet smoker too, so I hope you didn't get too much wind up your skirt when I mentioned the easy bake oven. Just a cheeky throwaway line. Righto, cheers, legends. Bang it in.